That's savage. Alright, not worried about Savage for right now. I am worried about Emerald Weapon, which is going to take over the universe if I personally don't stop them right now. Here? I was right. We need some underwater materia. Sid's investigation in Turcliffe has led to startling revelations. It's good to see you, Kanjita. Pleased to report, Master Garland and the others uncovered a fair bit of useful information at the Imperial facility in Turncliffe. In fact, he'd like you to rendezvous with Gaius in the town square, where he'll reveal what they found. Once you're ready to depart, your escort will lead the way. Seems that Sid is not in the habit of saying the same thing twice, which must be why he has been waiting for you to arrive before revealing the results of his investigation. Though the Imperials may be gone, the scars they have left on this once peaceful town will doubtless take many years to heal. Now that you are here, perhaps Sid will finally deign to dispense his findings. Savara, inform him of Kanjita's arrival. So you know what's interesting is that the Japanese voice for Gaius, which I don't think we'll hear because I don't think there's voices in these. Japanese voice for Gaius, also the Japanese voice of Solid Snake. Thanks for coming. So, what have you discovered? To tell the truth, we were lucky to obtain any information at all, considering the lengths to which the Imperials went in covering their tracks. You see, the hangar below was not just used to store the weapons, but played a critical role in their creation. We know now the code names given to 3 of the weapons: Ruby, Sapphire, and Emerald, and also Leaf Green. Obviously, we are all familiar with the first 2, but the third is something of an unknown quantity. At the very least, this confirms the existence of another of those abominations. What are we waiting for? Let's go after it. The problem lies in ascertaining its whereabouts. None of the locals have seen anything resembling a weapon being transported either by land or air. Which, of course, leaves only one option: the sea. According to what fragmented data we were able to recover, the Emerald weapon is equipped with aquatic capabilities, much like the Sapphire. Meaning that its escape from Turncliffe would have gone undetected, and could potentially be anywhere by now. But Alphonse plans to have it absorb more primals. The logical choice would be Eorzea. And traveling by sea would allow him to circumvent the front line at Gimlet entirely. The Alliance must be alerted at once. Hold your chocobos, Savara. It seems the Emerald weapon was still incomplete when the 7th Legion withdrew from Turncliffe. It's far more likely that it was transported to another facility in order to add the finishing touches. If your supposition is correct, that would narrow our search to but 2 possible locations: Castrum Marinum in the Rotano Sea and Castrum Occidens in eastern Lenosha. Which, by the way, why do any castrums still exist in Eorzea? Why don't we just take them out? Both of which are known to harbor remnants of the 14th Legion, your former subordinates, Gaius. Be that as it may, our objective is unchanged. Valdulin, you and Savara will make your way to Castrum Occidens, while Conjita and I head for Castrum Marinum. Should we locate the Emerald Weapon, we will give the signal to dispatch the G-Warrior and eliminate it before it can be activated. Sorry to disappoint you, but we're still repairing the damage it sustained during the encounter with Sapphire Weapon. While Allegan machinery has its uses, it's a bugger to find replacement parts in a pinch. We've actually been... I don't know if you caught that disappointed look when they're like, no, you don't get to fly a mech again for this one. She goes, oh. That's great. With no attention called to it, just off on the side, quietly emoting. We've actually been working to expand its already impressive arsenal, but the G-Warrior itself is in no fit state for combat. While I'm aware this is a far from adequate replacement, I can provide an Ironworks submersible to help Conjita and Gaius reach Castrum Marinum. I'll have one sent ahead to Vesper Bay. A submersible, you say? But we already have one. It's at the house. A submersible, eh? Wait a second. Where do we keep that submersible in the house? That ain't even possible. There's no water there. I don't much like the sound of that. Perhaps Savara and I should count ourselves fortunate that our destination can be approached by land. I pray you have a safe journey. Watch yourself out there, Conjita. It is time we departed. Let us make our way to Vesper Bay. Oh, there we are. In the event that my attempt to bypass the Castrum security fails, this submersible of Sid's had best be able to withstand Imperial weaponry long enough for us to escape. As per Master Garland's instructions, the submersible is ready when you are, but before you depart, I've received some scraps of intelligence regarding your opponent from my colleagues in Turncliffe. Apparently, it uses some sort of levitating hand-like appendages, 6 of them, in fact, though we're not quite sure what purpose they serve. It sounds like having eyes in the back of your head might come in handy, but that's all we know, I'm afraid. You have our thanks. After all, forewarned is forearmed. And with 4 arms, we will be a match for it, even though it has 6 arms. 6 hands. If the Emerald Weapon has indeed been transported to this castrum, it would need to enter via the dry dock. We shall do likewise. As one might expect, there are measures in place to keep out intruders, but the security systems can be tricked into recognizing us as an Imperial vessel. This is a sneaking weapon, Conjita. All weapons and equipment OSP. Infiltrating the facility is merely the first step. Should the Emerald Weapon be activated, it is only a matter of time before the pilot uses Oversoul. We must silence the War Machina before this happens, and failing that, grant the poor soul at its helm with the mercy of a swift death. Had these wounds healed more quickly, I could have gone with you, but I fear I would only slow you down. As such, I shall provide what support I can from afar. Whatever happens, the Emerald Weapon must be defeated at all costs. What? Just like that? Okay. I thought we were going to have a little, like, submarine mini-mission. Well, okay then. I am ready. I thought we would have had a little mini-mission, but we didn't. Alright, this is also 485. Liberation of Turncliffe led to the discovery of vital information regarding the weapon project. A War Machina codenamed Emerald is believed to have escaped by sea to an Imperial installation. So you and Gaius make your way to Castrum Marinum, one of 2 likely locations. Retrieved data suggests that your foe is armed with floating manipulators, though exactly how these will be employed in battle remains to be seen. Are we going to stand on the sub, on the outside of the sub, while underwater? Are we? This is neat. We've never seen one of these before. Other than maybe like the beginning of... Oh, you're here already. Look, Father, this is the power that we command. Okay, so that was us getting out of the sub, I guess. And he was waiting for us. Who's going to pop out of this one? We already had Nail, and we had Regula. Is it going to be Livia? Is it going to be... Is it going to be Gaius? Oh. Oh, Gaius is here and yelling at him. Synapse, hey! This morning stuff is Final Fantasy XIV, obviously. Oh, alright, can't stay in the middle. Gotta get back into the middle. Gotta stay out of the middle. I need to use sprint. I'm going to die. This is our first time doing this fight, so I may not be able to talk. What? Magnetism? Oh god. Am I gonna have to move? What is it? Awful! No, something's happening. They're going to repel? Can I come over here? Okay. Side Scathe. Okay. Oh, that's gonna knock us backward. We gotta get close to it. This is only for, this isn't the whole fight. More shit's gonna go down. Oh, what? What else? The stage is getting smaller. Yeah, it's not my imagination. He sawed off the entire outside of the stage. Divide et Impera? Whatever. And then they do what? What are the hands doing? Hands, what is your... Magnetic magnetism? But what are the hands doing? There's a mine, but what are the hands doing? Those are going to repel. Gosh, stand right in the middle? I'm trusting that I can stand right in the middle and I'll... Damn it! I was wrong. I was ever so slightly wrong. There are the hands. Okay, alright. Oh, they got me. I'm hit. I got 2 vuln stat. I got hit twice? I don't believe that for a second. Woo! Oh no! Other tank was not, there he goes. Other tank was not keeping his hate up. Magnetismo. Those 2 are gonna repel and... Optimized Ultima is damage. Big damage. Ultima's more big damage. Does this might have an enrage, by the way. We might fail the enrage. If he does optimized Ultima again, then there's probably 3 Ultimas and then we're dead. Alright, activating Oversoul. What happens? So it's come to this, but no matter what, I can't afford to lose! Not even you can beat the Empire's finest. Balsar. Gaius von Balsar. So my last guess was correct. Praetorium music. Okay. All right. Oh gosh, what are we doing? What's happening? I wasn't paying it. That's... Oh, we all have X's. Is it a good X? Such devastation! What the hell was that? That was pretty incredible. Oh, uh-oh. Done bad. Is it too late? It's just the right time. Did you see that? He needs more healing. Prepare to advance. Legio? Phantom something? I know I'm gonna have to move, so I'm not hard casting yet. No, wait, there we go. Oh my god. They fired in order. In order of the, like, the front guys first. Okay, I get it. Boom. And then over here. Four Vuln stacks? Come on, tank. Is it gonna be the crazy arrows again? No? Nah. Didn't get me. Alright, so do we all... Are we all okay? One of us is not okay. They're a cat. No, I'm not gonna finish this. Why am I trying? Hop. Ouch. Should have benediction myself first. Am I gonna be okay? Of course. Ready, set, benediction! Did I get far enough? Is this okay? It's perfectly fine. I wonder if we can all stack. No, we can't because we take damage. I mean, we're all circle boys. Got him. Oh, that's fun. It seems like it might be outrageous on extreme. Oh, especially having to remember both phases. Yeah, I was thinking of doing that this morning, but I don't think I will. No commendations for anyone. Good. That was it, yeah. And now story. And so it ends. But why would Rex throw away his life for this? You're all right. If I am ever to learn the truth, I must concentrate on the task at hand. Of course, we do not need to wait for Sid's analysis to tell us whose combat data was used on this occasion. It galls me to think that my techniques and strategies could be so closely replicated. Nevertheless, the observations I made during battle may yet prove useful. As a matter of fact, that was not the only information I was able to gather. I intercepted a signal that revealed the troops stationed here were permitted to withdraw, seemingly in return for assisting the 7th Legion. They must have known that the Alliance would follow the Emerald Weapon here sooner or later, and made good their escape. Meaning, the way is now clear for Sid to inspect the War Machina's remains. We got here as soon as we could. Not that we could have done anything to prevent this tragedy. From what we know, it seems that the Emerald Weapon was ilm for ilm a great deal more powerful than the previous two. If this is allowed to continue, who knows what sort of monstrosity the 7th Legion will conceive next. Nevertheless, Conjita has once again proven herself capable of overcoming the worst the Empire has at its disposal. You may be relieved to hear that Castrum Occidens was free of anything resembling a weapon. Unfortunately, it was also devoid of any useful leads, and we came away empty-handed. In all honesty, part of me wishes we had never found the Emerald Weapon. Perhaps then Rex would not have been forced to make the ultimate sacrifice. I only hope he is finally at peace. We will do what we can to spare others from sharing his fate. I and the Ironworks will search this place from top to bottom for clues as to the 7th Legion's plans. Before that, allow me to sweep the area for booby traps and the like. I would not put it past the Imperials to have left a few surprises for us. Agreed. I will go with you. With that in mind, I'll begin my examination of the Emerald Weapon. Carefully, that is. Sounds like, never mind, you're doing it for me. Alphonse, you knew all this time, didn't you? Melisandre and Recon, too. Everyone except me. And you, Rex? Yes. That's what the synthetic Aurosite system is. The fusion between pilot and core is the key to Oversoul. And unless we use it, we don't have a chance of beating Father's newfound friends. They stand between us and the primals, without which the weapons will never reach their full potential. We thought that if you knew the truth about Oversoul, you'd try to stop us. Of course I would. But what I don't understand is why are all of you so willing to give your lives for the weapon project? What is it all for? It all began the day Father left. Without his guidance, his protection, the Garleans lost any respect they once had for us. But their cruelty pales in comparison to Valen's. To him, conscripts like us are expendable commodities, an endless supply of test subjects for his twisted experiments. Is that the milk-drinking guy? The weirdo? But no matter what they try to do to us, we will never lose hope. If it is the duty of a strong to lead the weak, we will become strong and protect those who cannot protect themselves. The weapon project will give us the strength we need. We will create a world where people like us can live without fear of persecution. We want you to see this new world for yourself, Allie, even if we must give our lives to make it a reality. But why me? The years spent serving the Empire have changed us all. Except you, Ellie. Even after everything you've seen, you're still the caring, innocent girl we grew up with. More than any of us, you deserve a chance at happiness. That's what we all agreed. Allie, listen to me. Right now, the soldiers assigned to watch over us have been called away to the capital. Now is our chance to get you out of here. Then why don't you come with me? If Alphonse and I were to run away now, they'd only force others to take our place. We can't let that happen. This is our way of upholding the ideals Father instilled in us. Our lives are a small price to pay for Werlit's freedom. No. How can you expect me to leave you behind? I won't do it. We will forever be at your side, Allie. Rex, take her to the holding cells. No, let me go! So, win or lose, the plan is to hand over the castrum to Father. Is that right? Yes. They'll take Allie into their custody before the Garleans return, while you'll be free to pilot the Emerald weapon without her interfering. We can't let her hinder the completion of the weapon project. I'm counting on you, Alphonse. Don't let our sacrifices be in vain. Rex, have you forgotten what I told you? You mustn't use Oversoul. I can't lose you, too. We both know I can't win without it. Besides, we need the combat data of the Emerald weapon fighting at its peak if we're to have any chance of perfecting the synthetic Orosite system. You know I'm not the sort to do things by halves. Forgive me, Rex. Don't you worry about me. If this is where I meet my end, I'll do it with a smile on my face. The rest is up to you, Alphonse. And then he became Metal Gear Rex. This the girl you spoke of? This is the girl you spoke of, yeah? Wait, spoke of when? I just came out of my hallucination. How could I have told you? She was locked in a cell, but I saw no harm in letting her out. I can't say for certain, but it seems she's been through quite an ordeal. No. Why, Rex? Why? Gaius, once we've extracted the core, we'll take it back to Turncliffe for analysis. Perhaps she should come with us. There's no use in her staying here. Savara has taken care of Allie, but it may be some time until her nerves have settled. If the vision you witnessed is indeed true, Alphonse and Rex locked her away for her own safety. When she is ready, I would know more of what her brother hopes to achieve and why he must resort to such desperate measures. Allie's condition has improved somewhat, but she remains in a state of shock. We must give her more time to recover. There was one other thing that I thought you should know. When we checked her for injuries, we saw that her back is covered in welts and bruises. Who did this to her? It seems she was subjected to beatings on a regular basis, judging by the varied stages of bruising. I dare say this was the work of her Garlean masters. You speak as though you've seen this before. Seen? I've lived through it myself. I was born in Werlet 23 summers past. My mother was a local woman, but my father was a pure-blooded Garlean and a member of the occupying forces. Though I know very little about him, his rank afforded me imperial citizenship. His acknowledgement of our familial ties was the extent of the responsibility he took for bringing me into this world. Still, it is more than can be said for most of his ilk. My mother and I were shunned by the people of Werlet, who treated us as badly as the Garleans did, if not worse. I thought that if I were to become an imperial soldier, my position might somehow deter those who would cast scorn on my mother, if only out of fear, and so I joined the army. The acceptance I earned was but temporary, however, and my superiors were quick to blame any perceived shortcomings on my savage lineage. Rather than waste time on official court-martials, they administered their own form of corporal punishment. I was eventually assigned to the 12th Legion and fought under Zenos Galvus in Alamigo. In the chaos that followed our defeat, I seized the opportunity to flee to Werlet. While it was never much of a home, it was all I had, but nothing could prepare me for what awaited. My mother had for many years suffered from poor health and relied on medicine to keep her alive. In my absence, the Garleans denied her treatment, claiming it would be wasted on savages. By the time I could return to her side, there was naught I could do. There was nothing left for me in Werlet. I would be punished for desertion if the Imperials discovered the reason for my return, and I was never accepted by my so-called countrymen to begin with. I ran as far as my legs could carry me. It was then that I met Gaius. So that is the truth of it. Other than a few scant details, I knew naught of your past. It sickens me to think I once fought under the same banner as such vile creatures. I had always believed it to be the duty of the strong to lead the weak, yet there are those who become drunk on the power afforded by their station, and prey on the ones they should protect. Like a canker, this corruption is spread to every part of the Empire. Even those with Garlean blood, such as myself, are subjected to their cruelty. They hold particular contempt for the Aura, an easy target for abuse being so few in number. Perhaps, like me, Allie thought she would be spared such treatment once she joined the army. Alas. I only hope that with time, Allie can put the past behind her and make a new life for herself. But for now, all we can do is wait for her delirium to subside. It is Valdulian's turn to keep watch. Let us ask him if there has been any change. Rex's death is on my hands, not yours. Would that this confrontation had been averted, but alas, it was not to be. Though you have overcome the emerald weapon, it is hardly cause for celebration. Another young life cut short. I suppose you're here to ask about Allie. Is she well enough to speak with us? As her condition has improved somewhat, I would say so, provided you do not cause her any undue distress. Wait here. Allie, I am sorry. What happened to Rex? It was my fault. Melisandria and Recon, too. They died because of me and my foolish ambitions. Father, no. This cannot go on. Please, Allie. You must tell me all you know. Of course. First, I need to know what became of you and your siblings after we parted. So much has happened, it seemed like lifetimes ago. After your disappearance, we were all assigned to the newly formed 7th Legion. At first, each legatus was quickly replaced by the next, until eventually a man named Valens Van Varo was given command. He was sent from the capital, but before that, he was a specialist in experimental magitech weaponry. We later discovered he was ordered by Emperor Varus to complete a project involving antiprimal war machina, the weapons, but after the Emperor's death he was free to employ whatever methods he saw fit, and his greed for power only grew. Some even say he was planning to use the power of the weapons to lay claim to the throne. But I think there's another reason for his obsession with the weapon project. Not that he'd ever tell anyone, but he's always muttering to himself, and I've been able to put the pieces together. He's jealous of you, Father. Valens von Varro. I must admit, it was only recently that I first heard that name. Valens used his knowledge of Magitech to devise various military strategies. He was given a position in the army and quickly rose through the ranks. That was until one man stood in his way. You, Father. He was one of the candidates to lead the new 14th Legion, but that role fell to you. After that, he was assigned to serve under a far more gifted engineer, Nero, who was in charge of restoring the Ultima weapon. Valens has resented you ever since, going so far as to oppose the ideals you upheld. Where you treated those who served the Empire based on merit rather than their race or origin, Valens is adamant that pure-blooded Garleans are superior to all others. It never ceases to amaze me how far some will go in the name of revenge. All that hatred festering away, nothing good could ever come of it. I only just noticed she's got a little... She said she's not pure-blood Garlean, though. Did she just wear a thing on her face? Maybe. So the marks on your body are his handiwork? Yes. To Valens and his men, we are no more than fodder for his experiments. Playthings on which they can vent their frustrations. Every day is filled with nothing but pain. If I had remained in Garlemald, you would never have been forced to endure this abuse. It's not your fault, Father. We could have fled from Valens if we wanted to. After all, we're expendable and easily replaced. The truth is, that's exactly why we couldn't run. In saving ourselves, we would be condemning others. But if we were to stay, to see the weapon project to its completion, we would gain the power to defeat Valens, and then the Empire itself, freeing the world from its tyranny. That way, we might start afresh, and find a place we can call home, and not just for us, but for anyone who wishes to live in peace. You would give your lives for a future you may not live to see. We took courage from your teachings, Father. The strong must lead the weak, and we would gain that strength by whatever means necessary. We will fight for the sake of those who cannot. But we knew that you'd never consent to our participation in the weapon project, which is why we couldn't turn to you for help. As the pilots were the only ones who were able to stop Valens, we know just how powerful the weapons are. He would use them to bring the world to its knees. And his masterpiece is the worst of them all. If only I could get my hands on it, then I could save Alphonse and all of Werlet. Father, I know you and Alphonse stand on opposing sides of this conflict, but there must be some way you can help him. He may have called you our enemy before, but he never meant it. He still loves you, Father. You are everything he aspires to be. I have failed him, failed you all. But I refuse to abandon him to his fate. I will free him from Valens if it is the last thing I do. Thank you. He needs you, now more than ever. Listen, Ali, I once sought the strength to rebuild the world as I saw fit, but the ultimate weapon was born not to create but to destroy. Alphonse must not follow in my footsteps. I know all too well where they lead. I will do all I can to help your brother. Pray, tell me where he is. I'm sorry. I don't know where he could be. In that case, I shall have the Alliance dispatch scouts. Wherever he is, we will find him. As for you, Allie, you must stay here and rest. Wait, you're the one who fought Rex, Recon, and Melisandria, aren't you? We're the ones who threatened your homeland. You only did what you had to do. I have no right to ask this of you, but... Lend me your strength. Lend my father your strength. Save Alphonse. I know now why they call you hero. Alphonse, I'll do what I must to free you, even if it means going against Father's wishes, but I have a good feeling about his new friend. Savara, see that she has everything she needs. Our allies must be informed of these troubling events. May I ask you to relay this news to the troops in Garabania? Your loving father act may fool the others, Gaius, but not me. For every life you've saved, you've ended 1,000 more. Or is this your idea of redemption? Call it what you will. For all my transgressions, I believe I still have a part to play. Was I wrong to spare you that day? Or will you honor your word? It seems the time has come for the Black Wolf to show his true colors. Oh. While I am painfully aware of the cruelty the Empire shows its enemies, even I am appalled to hear how it treats its own. War machina that feed on the very lives of their pilots. I can scarcely imagine anything more heinous. The majority of the 7th Legion is sure to be stationed in the city of Werlet, the heart of this occupied territory. Whether Alphonse is there with them remains to be seen. According to Ali, another weapon lies in wait, but where we do not know. It stands to reason, however, that if we were to find it, Alphonse would surely not be far away. We recently received word of your victory over the Emerald weapon. I expect it was another fine display on your part, not that any of us were there to see it. For that reason, we'd be grateful if you could give us a blow-by-blow account, if you wouldn't mind. Good grief. It sounds like you had an awful lot to contend with. Rather you than me. I shall add this to our ever-growing stack of reports, should anyone wish to review this information ahead of the next sortie. Now, if I may say so, it looks like your ordeals have taken their toll. We'll let you know if anything requires your attention, but until then, be sure to get some rest. Final cutscene with Valens. Of course. Meanwhile, in the 7th Legion's correction chamber. Three weapons. 3 pitiful displays of ineptitude. To make matters worse, one of my prime candidates, your precious sister no less, has escaped. And who should she go crawling to but that swine Gaius, after everything I've done for her, and this is how she repays me. As her older brother, it's your responsibility to instill some discipline in her, and you've failed miserably. Well, don't just stand there, boy. Oh, of course, it's your first time, isn't it? Come along. There's no need to be shy. Did they show his face last time? I don't think they did. You see, something wicked has taken hold of this young man, and it's our job to cleanse his troubled spirit. It may look painful, but it's the only way, I assure you. He'll be ever so grateful, and you want him to get better, don't you? There's a good boy. Now let's try again, shall we? Burn out the bad. Burn out the bad. Burn out the bad. Burn out the bad. This is like the most messed up guy that they've had in this game so far. Well done. You've all made Father proud. Very proud indeed. As for you, I thought you were a cut above the rest of the savages, but it appears I was mistaken. And since you allowed that wretched sister of yours to escape, it falls to you to act as her replacement. I choose you as the next pilot, and your mission is simple. Kill Gaius van Balsar, whatever it takes. And if you so much as entertain the idea of betraying me again, I'll exterminate every last one of your kind. Like the vermin they are. He practiced that face in the mirror. Having said that, we will be forcibly initiating Oversoul using Xenos' combat data. I could have told you that. I could have told you the last one was going to be Xenos. So whatever schemes you may be hatching will never come to pass. All you need to do is sit back and let the synthetic Aurosite system do the work, with you as its conduit. You should thank me for allowing you to become part of my masterpiece. Your worthless existence will finally have some semblance of meaning. Lord Valens, preparations for the Oversoul trial are complete. We await your orders. Splendid. There's never a dull moment around here. Now then, boys, who would like to see something special? Come along, everyone. Father has secrets to share with you. Cartoonishly over the top. This is my chance, and it's all thanks to the sacrifices made by my dear siblings. Finally, the weapon will be mine to command. Once it has reached perfection, I will be unstoppable. First Valens, then the Empire itself will fall, and we will be free at last. Father, keep Allie safe. Melisandre, Recon, Rex, I'll see this through to the end. I promise. Until then, watch over me. So what's the last one? Diamond weapon? Alright, catch you later. So, is it ready or not? The trial sequence has been primed, sir. Then get on with it. Now, hold on a dang second. Why would you need glasses if you're already wearing so many glasses? Initiating synthetic orosite system. Loading diamond weapon simulation. Cradle to grave, huh? Then how did I beat you on this one? Diamond weapon. You're helping us with a little research is all, whatever your name is. The time has come for you to contribute to the glory of Garlemald. This isn't what we agreed. You said that if I took part in the experiment, you'd let my family go. You have Xenos' data loaded, yes? Activate Oversoul. Be quick about it. Understood, Lord Valens. Galvus, combat sample ready. Initiating organic core overwrite. My mind is no. If this is what it takes to protect you both, I love you. I'm so sorry. Is he getting thick in there? Is there a mech, or is it just a chamber that that turns people into Xenos clones? Where is my prey? Organic core overwrite complete. Xenosia Galvus data loaded. The subject is instinctively bound to seek prey right from the outset. Regardless of the combat prowess it may boast, I need an obedient servant, not a ravenous beast. Enough. Shut it down. Deactivating synthetic orosite system. Oh, revolting. And what a mess it makes of the cockpit. Adjust the settings and prepare for another run. Fortunately, we have the next test subject ready and waiting. But, sir, you agreed to release his family in exchange for his cooperation. What the hell is this? What the? Calm down. I never knew you had such a wonderful sense of humor. The great Valens von Varro bargaining with savages? Ha! More fool him for trusting me in the first place. So, that was Emerald Weapon. I was thinking about also doing Extreme this morning, but I've been streaming for like more than 4 hours. It's 9:15 here. I should be heading off to bed soon, so I guess I won't. Did I do when? Let me think. I did do Extreme. I don't even remember what it's called. Memoria Miseria. I did that one on stream. All right. Yeah, you're pooped too? All right. Let's call it a night, day, morning.